Here's a little video to show you building the market garden beds. These deep compost permanent beds. So we mark out the space with this green rope and some little rebar stakes. Everything's marked out. This last week we built these 3 beds. Only two of them are planted. This middle bed's going to get pole beans. You see the rebar I have there to make a trellis. So we built the 3 beds, then we leave a wider aisle here. The beds are 75 centimeters. The aisles are 45 centimeters wide, but this aisle is 75, the same width as the beds, because we build hoop houses over these beds in the winter time, or what they call winter here, the rainy season. And because we get so much torrential rains that it doesn't, it destroys the plants. So we'll build a hoop house over those 3 beds, and we have the wider aisle. Then there'll be a hoop house over these next 3 beds, and that's how we go along. So this bed we just filled in yesterday, and now I'm moving on to the next bed. So I pulled the boards out from this side, and I staked them over here along that green rope. And so now I'll fill the pathway in with wood chip, and I'll probably weed this. This bed's been broad forked. I'll probably pull some of those weeds out because those are perennial peanut, a forage peanut, and there's a panicum. I forget what panicum maximum, panic grass, this really tall pasture grass. I think they actually changed the name of it. It's got a different scientific name now, but it used to be called Panicum maximum or maximus. But those are perennial, so I'll probably weed that a little bit before I fill it in. The path, before we fill in the path, this one's been filled in some, but we dig out a trench underneath for extra drainage. So and then we use that soil. We're using that soil down to fill in a low spot over there. But so that's how we build our permanent beds. So these beds are built with probably 6 inches of compost, 5 maybe, of compost on top, and then the wood chip in the aisle. So they're almost maintenance free once they're built. Almost, I have over 30 beds now, and I don't spend an hour a week weeding the garden. This bed, I'll probably pull those weeds out before I fill it in, and we could have tarped it, I guess, but too impatient to do that. So I'll pull some of those perennials out, and some of them will come through. So when the beds are new, the first few crop rotations, we'll get some of that forage peanut come up through, but it quickly, just weed it a couple of times and it'll lose force and stop coming up. But you can see it on the ground all around where we've mowed here. That's it's a forage peanut, a perennial spreading peanut plant, and doesn't really produce very many peanuts, but it's great forage for the animals. And that's what all that green is there on the ground over there. So that's how we build the market garden beds. Got a lot to go. I think we're on 30 now, around 30 beds, and I'd like to have at least 50, probably 70 before we finish. But that's how we do it.